So I have made financiers on here before. You know, the little French almond butter cakes that are just so delicious. But I found a new recipe and I like it a lot better, so we're gonna make them again. So today we're making financiers. Let's get into it. First things first, we're going to brown 200 grams of unsalted butter, which is essentially just melting the butter over medium heat, letting it foam, and then cooking the milk solids until the butter turns golden brown and smells nutty. Remove from the heat before it burns, pour into a small bowl to cool and set aside. Then to 180 grams of egg whites, we're going to add a splash of vanilla, mix, and then set aside. Next, to a large bowl, we're going to measure out 200 grams of powdered sugar, 125 grams of almond flour, 95 grams of AP flour, and a pinch of salt. Give it a quick mix to combine, and then add in the cooled brown butter. Stir until there is no more dry flour, and then add in the egg whites. Once combined, you should end up with a fairly loose batter. Cover your financier batter with plastic wrap and let chill in the fridge overnight. So it's the next day and time to bake our financiers. Now, one of the biggest adjustments I've made to my financier baking process is how I prep the mini muffin pan. So you're gonna wanna butter it, yes, real butter, not cooking spray, and then coat each individual hole with flour, making sure it gets into all the nooks and crannies, and then tap out the excess. It's tedious and annoying, but it helps achieve a golden brown and crisp exterior every time for each financier. Once the pan is prepped, scoop a tablespoon of batter into each hole. My life got a whole lot easier when I invested in this cookie scoop, so I would highly recommend buying one if you think you might make these often, which I do. Once scooped, we're going to pop these in a 375-degree oven to bake for 12 to 15 minutes or until the edges have browned. Let cool for a few minutes and then transfer to a wire rack. And look at how perfect these turned out. This recipe makes about 3 dozen financiers, and they rarely make it past day 2. Having a financier fresh out of the oven is one of life's greatest pleasures, so cheers. They're crunchy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, packed with almondy, buttery goodness, and gone in 2 bites. So just a wonderful little snackable treat. So these are one of my favorite things to make. Let me know if you make this.